Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen will be apologizing to the island's indigenous people on Monday for the historic injustices that they have faced. Ms. Tsai is Taiwan's first leader to have Aboriginal blood herself. And joining me now is Kolas Yotaka, who is a legislator from the Democratic Progressive Party. She is from the Amis tribe, the largest in Taiwan. Ms. Yotaka, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. Do you think that Mrs. Tsai's own Aboriginal heritage has been the catalyst for this apology?
Well, exactly. I think it has somewhat of an effect. Her grandmother is Taiwan, one of the Taiwan's 16 officially recognized indigenous peoples. So I think this is also one of the biggest differences between Tsai and other presidents from Taiwan. Her personal lineage is a portrait of Taiwan's history, a reflection of Taiwan's colonial past. Actually, during her inauguration ceremony on May 20th, she invited a Taiwan children's performance troupe to incorporate Taiwan chanting into the national anthem. So
Ms. Yotaka, briefly, could you explain to us why an apology is needed and the history behind an apology?
I think this apology has significant symbolic meaning because Taiwan has never had a president apologize to our indigenous peoples. It gives us hope. 5 years ago, during the 2012 presidential campaign, Tsai has made a campaign promise to apologize to Taiwan indigenous peoples. But because she was not elected in that year, the promise did not be fulfilled. So in this year, actually, it's last year, August 1st, she once again made a public announcement that if she were to be elected, she would represent the government and she were to be apologize. Compared to previous national leaders, she is more heavily focused on issues faced by indigenous people. So it does give us hope.
So it does give you hope, but could you also tell us why do the indigenous communities in Taiwan feel that they are unfairly treated in modern-day Taiwan?
You know, actually, it's very symbolic because our Taiwanese indigenous peoples are not Han-Chinese. We are Austronesian, sharing the same blood and cultures with those in the Pacific region. But for the past 400 years, we have been colonized by Dutch, the Spanish, the Qing Dynasty, the Japanese, and the Republic.
So, Ms. Yotaka, briefly, what actions do you like to see in the future from this government to help the indigenous communities?
I think I would talk about land and the right of autonomy. The demand for the return of land is the most important one. The second is the revival of our languages because we have been regularly losing our languages to the past 100 years. And without languages, there is no culture. So I think it's important. And I think we must teach Taiwanese society that Han Chinese are the outsiders that came to Taiwan and to have respect the indigenous peoples and to recognize that the usurpation of history is the root caused by the inequality faced by the indigenous today.
Thank you so much for your views. Kolas Yotaka, legislator from the Democratic Progressive